Hello everybody, welcome back to the workshop. So in this video I want to talk about the importance of practicing. Now I'm taking and practicing just a little bit of tapering here, and this is something that I do almost every day when I get to forging for the day. And what I'm doing is I'm warming my body up for the work here. And maybe that's what this video should be called instead. The importance of warming up before you start forging. Now, I was told this little technique by a man called Steve Roth. Now, Steve Roth is a long outstanding member of a blacksmithing club that I belong to called SOFA, Southern Ohio Forge and Anvil. And he really is a pretty great blacksmith. He's been at it a really long time. And so that's really helpful. If you ask him about something, most likely he's done it before. And he doesn't have any, as far as I know, social media or online presence. I believe he has a Facebook account, but I won't put that in there because I don't know if he wants a bunch of new followers or if he's on there a bunch. But one of the things that he taught me, let me get back to what I was saying there. One of the things that I learned from him is I had a conversation with him. I was over at his forge one day, and I was telling him that I have a problem that whenever I get to a certain point in a job, it is very, very, very difficult for me to say, okay, I'm going to start again. So if I get derailed from something, like say I got a job sitting, and I get to that last step, right? And I kind of like go inside for dinner. I'll come out and I almost have a petrifying fear, or I did have at one time, and this was my conversation with him, that I had a petrifying fear of that I was going to screw something up and it was going to just absolutely basically turn into a complete debacle. And with that fear, it made it really hard for me to get jobs out the door on time because I was constantly worrying that that last heat was going to screw something up. Well, Steve told me his little secret of what he does to get over that fear, because he had kind of a light-type fear originally a long time ago. And his technique was simply to make something simple. So he would do some warm-up forging. So he would make maybe 5 or 10 little S hooks, or he would make some different wall hooks or something he needed for the shop that was real simple, something that he could drive into a post and hang up some electrical wire or this or that, what have you. Okay, and that would get him warmed up for the rest of his projects for the day, where he actually needed to be accurate with his forgings. And I said, you know what? That sounds like the real plan there. That sounds like the real deal, Steve. Thanks for that information. Well, it went a few months. I didn't implement it at first. It went a few months without doing that, still having my same issue of being worried about starting the day. I had a few flub-ups on a job that ended up like highlighting my exact fears, worst fears, if you will. And so finally I said, okay, I'm going to try Steve's method today of just warming up before I got forging for the day. Well, I didn't do anything. I didn't make an item. All I did was basically forge out some tapers, just some random tapers, cut them off, and just forged out some tapers. Well, at the end of the day, at the end of me warming up, and I did that for, about an hour or so, of warm-up time. By the way, that's too long of a warm-up. About 15-20 minutes of forging is enough to warm you up. But anyways, I did that for an hour, and then I went on to forge for the day, and I absolutely had more confidence at the end of those 10 tapers than I did at the beginning of the day. Because sometimes the fear of failure is quite crippling, especially when you're doing something for a client, especially when you have something where you maybe have 20 or 30 hours into a piece, and you're worried about that last heat, that you need to put that rivet through that one section of it, and you're like, gee whiz, I don't know if I can do this and do it accurately enough, and what if the hole goes south on me, right? So doing forging, practicing your tapering, shouldering, things like that, first thing in the morning, just giving it about 15-20 minutes of your time to practice doing some of this stuff can really help you along your path as a blacksmith to continue to do other things. So here I'm not doing anything special. I am just practicing forging things out, not, doing shouldering, being a little more accurate with my hammer blows as I go along, just to get warmed up for the day. And so that's it. That's my special technique. This video has went on long enough. I just wanted to bring you in and tell you the importance of warming up and how it can take and help you. Let me know if you agree or disagree with me in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear from you either way. If you can put it through, if you can put your thought process through in an intelligible manner without getting mean with it. There's a lot of people who like to get mean with their comments. So just be careful of that. Make sure you leave a nice positive comment, or if you have something negative to say, try to take and say it in a constructive way. That would be great. But that's going to be it for this video. I really appreciate you all joining me, and I guess we will catch you on the next one. God bless you all, and thank you for watching.